Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, budget padding allegations takes a new twist in the House of Representatives as some members demand probe of Speaker, Dogara and other principal officers. The factional PDP chairman Ali Modu Sharif files suits in Abuja courts to stop the party's national convention scheduled for August the 17th. PDP youths protest against the move. Chairman Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo, emerges chairman of the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, promises to reposition the group for effectiveness. And Pope Francis warns that the world is at war over interest, money and resources following recent attacks in Europe.
On business news tonight, UK's trade envoy visits Nigerian Stock Exchange, pledges stronger relations.
And in sports news, Flamingo's coach Balan Nikiu invites 30 players to camp as the team begins preparation for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup for the women in Jordan.
I'm Gloria Umezuke, and from Abuja, Bayelsa State Governor meets with President Buhari, says military option is not best solution to the Niger Delta violence.
We begin tonight from the infightings of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, where factional chairman of the party, Ali Modu Sharif, and 8 others have approached the Federal High Court in Abuja, seeking an order of interlocutory injunction to restrain the Independent National Electoral Commission and the PDP from conducting the party's national convention on August the 17th. Senator Sharif also requests an order restraining PDP from presenting or sponsoring any person or election into its leadership pending the determination of the suit. Meanwhile, the Ahmed Mohammed Makarfi-led faction of the PDP has approached an FCT High Court as well, challenging the powers of Justice Okonabang to hear the suit filed by Senator Sharif. In the meantime, the People's Democratic Party's National Youth Movement today protested what it alleged to scuttle the party's rescheduled national convention. Youths, bearing placards with several inscriptions, staged the protest outside the premises of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The national director of the movement, Mr. Ohazurike Tochukwu, told journalists that they were at the court to submit a petition to Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice Ibrahim Ota.
The Federal High Court in Port Harcourt has given judgment in the suit determining the rest that is before Justice Abang, and the rest is who is the substantive chairman of PDP. That matter has been settled by the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt. The Federal High Court has only one jurisdiction. They are all the same Federal High Court but of different divisions. So based on that, there is nothing Justice Abang should hear again but to tell Sharif to go on appeal, because judgments have come, 2 in fact, one from the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, and one from the FCT High Court, and Sharif is still here celebrating that he has filed a motion seeking injunction to stop the National Convention of PDP that has been fixed for August 17, 2016 in Port Harcourt, that the judge will cancel that election and they will restrain PDP from going on. While we have come, we have written our petition to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, and we have already submitted it. This is the acknowledgement copy. And the reason for that is, how can Sharif be both plaintiff and defendant? How did the coincidence happen that it is the same judge that has been giving him series of orders, that this matter has fallen on his table again, that has made them to already start rejoicing even before the matter is heard?
Preparations for the September 10 governorship elections in Edo State are intensifying with campaigns and voter sensitization. At the All Progressives Congress rally in Benin City, the Edo State capital, Governor Adams Oshiomhole asked the citizens to vote for the party's candidate, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, to keep up the good works of the current administration. Mr. Oshiomhole assured the people that the APC would deliver on its campaign promises.
Members of the All Progressives Congress and their supporters at the party's campaign rally in Benin City, the Edo State capital, in a warm-up to the September the 10th governorship election in the state. Leaders of the party in the state are optimistic of victory at the polls and are asking citizens to give their full support to the ruling APC. The incumbent governor lists what the people should expect.
We would do apprenticeship with the funds of the people. We are not going to do trial and error. We must provide quality education, and central to that is the role of the teacher.
And then the party's governorship candidate in the September poll, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, promises to take the state to the next level if voted into power.
We want to focus on attracting private investment capital into Edo State. The other part of our development plan is to bring about infrastructure, but in this case, two different types. Electricity. Because without electricity, investors will not come. We are definite that within the first 4 years, we will create a minimum of 200,000 jobs. There is a federal government program which Edo State will participate in, where the poorest of the poor people in our society will be given money every month, about 5,000 naira. We will deliberately ensure that we will go around every major market, any area where women are involved in economic activity, and we encourage them and give them soft loan at very low interest.
Everybody say like
As the various political parties continue to prepare for the poll, the electorate are keeping their fingers crossed, hoping for a smooth transition.
Another phase appears to have opened in the ongoing controversy regarding allegations of padding of the 2016 budget by former chairman of the House Committee, Representative Abdul Mumini Jibrin. A group of lawmakers in the lower chamber called the Transparency Group is demanding that the allegations brought against the Speaker and some principal officers be investigated by external investigators. The lawmakers also say that the chairman of the House Committee on Media, Representative Abdul Razak Namdaz, who had denied the budget padding claims, does not have the mandate of the House to speak on this matter. Our correspondent Larry Lasisi has this report.
As each day passes, the controversy in the House of Representatives appears to take new twists. Just a day after the chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Media, Representative Abdul Razak Namdaz, dismissed the allegations by former chairman of the Committee on Appropriation against the Speaker and some principal officers, a group of lawmakers with the name Transparency Group have come out to distance themselves from that position.
The allegations against the officers mentioned were not allegations against the entire House, but against the mentioned officers of the House in their individual capacity, and as such, they can only speak for themselves through their respective spokespersons, not through the spokesman of the entire House. Accordingly, we hereby dissociate ourselves from all the statements made by Honorable Namdaz in respect of the budget padding controversy.
The lawmakers give a background to agitations in the House of Representatives on the matter of the 2016 budget.
I think the leadership felt like maybe sacrificing Jibrin was all the time.
How's the problem?
Because we started collecting signatures when we returned from Salah break, and we realized the leadership is not ready to address our grievances. The first heading of the list was that those who are against the part of the budget by principal officers. But later we just feel like when we said principal officers, we are narrowing the whole scene because it's beyond principal officers. So we changed the heading, members who are against the padding up to 2016 budget.
The group insists that the matter must be investigated externally.
And again, we call on external investigators. We don't want a situation whereby the House will now sit down. The appointees of the Speaker cannot investigate the Speaker.
And once again, the question comes up. Can what is alleged to have happened to the 2016 budget be called padding?
Let everybody go to the dictionary and see the meaning of party. Let nobody deceive Nigerians that what happened is not pardon. What happened is pardon by all definition.
Meanwhile, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, in a statement issued by his special advisor on media and public affairs, Turaki Hassan, has given the former chairman, Representative Abdul Mumun Jibril, a 7-day ultimatum to tender an unreserved apology to him and retract all allegations made against him or face legal action. The former chairman has, however, replied saying he will never apologize to the Speaker over the allegations. He says his lawyers have officially approached the EFCC and the ICPC towards working out a date for him to submit his petition and brief the agencies. Lanre Lasisi, Channels Television News.
The people of Ogara town in Etiop West local government area of Delta State staged a peaceful protest to call on the Nigerian Navy Logistics Command to free their lands. The protesters, who blocked traffic along the Benin-Sapele-Warri highway, insist that the Nigerian Navy exceeded the hectares earlier given to it by the community.
The atmosphere is charged as elders, women and youth of our community in Delta State gather at the community center to protest against alleged forceful and illegal acquisition of their ancestral farmlands by the Nigerian Navy for the purpose of building its logistics barracks in Ogara.
Our forefather gave us that land. Yes. No man, no woman, no military, no navy. Take it away from us.
From here, the protesters hit the streets and then ended up on the Otefe-Ogara junction of the Benin-Sapele-Warri Expressway. While the protest is on, the EJC and some chiefs of Ogara are also playing host to the state government delegation led by the Commissioner for Land, Survey and Urban Development, Dan Okenyi, whose mission is to resolve the dispute at the palace of the Ovio of the Kingdom.
We saw some documents, the proposed or the purported C of O signed by Commissioner. In fact, that is. In fact, if we call in law enforcement agents, somebody could go to jail for that. But the commissioner signing the C of O is wrong.
His Excellency has mandated us to come and see for ourselves. The only thing we can assure you at this point is that our people will get justice over this matter. So we would like to appeal to you to talk to the youth to be calm while we do our work.
Reacting to the allegation, the flag officer commanding Logistics Command of the Nigerian Navy, or Rear Admiral Begroy Ibe-Emwo, absolves the command of any wrongdoing, insisting that all due and legal processes were adhered to in the acquisition of the disputed land.
The present place you're in now, which is known as the headquarters of the Logistics Command here in Ogara, is a purpose-built outfit which enables us to coordinate all the activities we need to coordinate with respect to logistics delivery in the Nigerian Navy. The other piece of land which we also have properly ceded to the Nigerian Navy with certificate of occupancy is what we refer to as Nigerian Navy Barracks Ogara. And the third portion of land is the proposed Nigerian Navy airstrip, which is also here in Ogara. That has been on since the 80s when the land was given to the Nigerian Navy.
Now that the Delta State government has waded into the matter with a promise to do what is expedient, it is hoped that every party in this crisis will continue to toe the line of peace and allow amicable resolution of the crisis.
In part two, after the break, Chairman Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momoh, promises reforms in the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria as it takes over leadership of the group. Stay with us.